is that Bam is a compact fighter, and if I would pick him against the monster. My hesitance is not only is the monster an all-time great fighter and a naturally bigger guy, he's longer. He has, like, if Bam had a better reach, and yet when I look at Bam, I see a guy, he might be able to do it. He's a little sharper boxer. Maybe he doesn't have quite the power, maybe not even as explosive as Inoue, but I think he might have the sharpness to pull it off.
When the conversation turns to whether speed and physical size can overcome boxing's toughest test, Max Kellerman continues to stand firmly behind his view. With both fighters still undefeated and unwilling to back down, this extraordinary super fight could ultimately come down to which fighter is able to take control of the action first.
Kind of pride, where it's hard to imagine another man imposing their will on that guy, right? Like, that's the guy who always imposes his will. That's why Bam and Inoue is a true all-time lighter weight super fight. It is very difficult for me to imagine either guy having some other man's will imposed upon them, especially on the ground, on the canvas, unable to get up, or just not wanting it anymore. But in this matchup, there's the possibility for that, because these guys can both crack and they can both.
Kellerman's biggest reason for backing Bam reaches back several decades in boxing history. He sees flashes of a young Manny Pacquiao in Bam's explosive reactions, sharp reflexes, and natural athletic ability. It's the type of speed that does more than simply land punches. It can completely throw off an opponent's rhythm, timing, and ability to respond. That's the exact formula Kellerman believes gives Bam a genuine opportunity.
But Bam reminds me a little of Pacquiao too, in the sense that when Pacquiao was put up against, not Morales gave him a good fight, but you put him in with Barrera at a time where Barrera was still good, and he was so twitchy that Barrera had nothing for him, right? And that's what it looks like when you put Bam in with a strike. Like when you put Bam in with a guy who's past it, but was once great and maybe still has something in the tank, Bam's twitchies are so much that guy has nothing for him. And that says a lot.
Meanwhile, Malik Scott's case for why Bam Rodriguez has a real chance of beating Inoue starts with one key strength. Bam has shown that he can absorb clean shots without letting his composure break down. That quality could become extremely important, allowing him to survive Inoue's power long enough to take control of key rounds. A fighter who remains disciplined, stays efficient, and avoids unnecessary mistakes could present the kind of challenge the monster has yet to fully solve.
I will go on record and say when Bam fight Inoue, I would consider this Inoue's best opponent, especially as far as quality. Bam doesn't really waste energy. Bam doesn't really overreach. And I also believe that he has an incredible chin. I've seen Bam get cracked, but I've never seen him rattled. Like, you know what I mean? I've seen Bam, get cracked and come right back with shots. He just checks the box off of anything that has to do with a fighter being complete. Anything. Besides the long limb thing that we talked about earlier, Max, at one time I wasn't sure if I could see him beating the monster. But
however, Timothy Bradley isn't buying into all the hype, and he has a clear reason for believing Bam Rodriguez could be exposed against Inoue. Bradley sees defensive weaknesses that he believes the monster is perfectly equipped to take advantage of. And if Bam enters the ring looking like the same fighter we saw in his latest bout, Bradley doesn't believe he will make it past the halfway point.
See the fight that I'm going to talk about next, the Inoue fight, because everyone's talking about is Bam. Do you think Bam is ready for Inoue? Is Bam ready for Inoue? What the Bishop say? Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell no. No, he's not ready for Inoue right now. Hey, Bam, tremendous skills, pound for pound. Inoue is on the pound for pound list, but is he ready right now, like the next fight? Hell no. I think Bam need a couple more touches. And I think that Robert Garcia is.
Looking past Bam's weaknesses and turning to the gap in overall technique, Bradley breaks down what he believes truly separates these two fighters. He considers Inoue a level of threat that only a handful of opponents in the division could realistically handle. Yet what stands out most to Bradley is Inoue's exceptional counterpunching, especially against opponents who are eager to engage and trade shots in the pocket.
He's the type of guy that likes to sit in front of you. and then he gets on the sides and gets on the angles. Inoue got a left hook, he got a right hand, he can turn with you, right? Either way, he can turn with you. Inoue can box off the back foot. You know, Inoue can press going forward. Inoue has straight punches, one of the coldest 1-2s in the game. Coldest 1-2s in the game. 1-2-1. All the shots that Bam was getting caught with and supposedly blocking those shots. Inoue with the punching power that he had.
Bradley's final observation ties his entire analysis together, and it clearly favors Inoue. He points to Bam's habit of circling toward the outside as a potentially dangerous matchup issue, particularly because Bradley believes Inoue is naturally excellent at handling southpaw opponents. From Bradley's point of view, the very tactic Bam relies on most could eventually put him directly in harm's way.
Spin around your outside. All you gotta do is stay close and stick your arm out and say, you ain't going nowhere. I know where you trying to go. Stick your arm out. Nah, you ain't stepping around me. Ain't no front foot step shuffles around me. Nope, that's not gonna work. When he's trying to reach outside and trying to get his foot outside and trying to see if he can clear and go around to the weak side. That ain't gonna work. Inoue can box from the outside too and allow Bam to come to him. Come on and rush all them punches you like to throw and try to get in position. I'm gonna make you.
Max is outspoken when comparing Bam Rodriguez and Naoya Inoue to the rest of the division, arguing that both fighters are operating at a completely different level. Rodriguez also notes that fans have been discussing this particular matchup for years, and if the fight finally becomes a reality, it wouldn't just be another high-profile showdown. It could turn into one of those defining moments that boxing fans remember for generations.
Back to Nakatani and some others, but they see you and they see the monster, and it just looks different. You two look like different kinds of animals than everybody else, and that's really what super fights and errors are about. The dust settles, two guys are left standing. When you survey the landscape, is the monster that guy for you?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, people have been mentioning that fight even before I became who I am today, so I know when that fight does happen, it's going to be huge for the sport.
Expanding on that point, Andre Ward describes Inoue's style in the ring using a simple compass analogy. He sees him as a north and south fighter who prefers advancing forward while delivering explosive power along direct, straight paths. Ward believes Inoue's offensive pressure also serves as a defensive weapon. The non-stop threat of his attacks forces opponents to retreat and cover up just to avoid being completely overwhelmed.
An interesting matchup between these two because they're both very violent fighters. The difference is Naoya Inoue, he's going to try to kick your front door down, right? And he's going to do it with a lot of explosiveness. He's going to have a lot of power behind it. And you better have somebody on the other side of that door that can really hold that door and resist that man, because if not, he's going to hurt you and he's going to spook you with that quickness and that power, and the power is real. At the end of his shots, he can put your lights out.
Ward uses the same compass analogy in the opposite direction when breaking down Bam Rodriguez, describing him as a completely different kind of problem, an east and west fighter who depends more on lateral movement than non-stop forward pressure. That mobility gives Bam the ability to create unusual angles that many opponents simply don't see coming, forcing them to follow him around the ring while he quietly prepares counters from positions they never expected.
Very fast twitchy, he's very, very explosive. And for me, Naoya Inoue, he will go laterally, but he's not as skillful as Bam Rodriguez laterally. So in other words, Bam wants to get you on the angle. Bam Rodriguez is at his best when he can get to your left side or get to your right side, have you look for him, and then he meets you with a punch. He's elite when he does that. He's very good when he's in front of you. Naoya Inoue is a north and south guy. He's going to have a starting point and he's going to explode straight at you, and most of the guys he fights.
Roy Jones Jr. zeroes in on the one question that could eventually decide the entire matchup. Can Bam survive Inoue's power? Jones acknowledges Bam's skill set and movement, but he is quick to point out that both fighters share one potential vulnerability. Neither of them is completely immune to being hurt when a clean punch lands.
fight for boxing for both guys, and I think the timing is just right, one fight away. However, I do know that Inoue gets hit more than I think Rodriguez does. I think Inoue is susceptible to more things than Bam is because Bam uses his feet so well. So I think Bam's feet are what going to give him the advantage because he can avoid Inoue's north and south.
Jones closes out his analysis with a conclusion that ties the entire breakdown together. If Bam can endure Inoue's early power, Jones believes his superior footwork could become a major advantage as the fight progresses into the later rounds. But if Bam fails to survive that opening assault, Jones knows exactly what may come next. He would be dealing with a finisher who has the ability to end the fight against almost anyone standing in front of him.
Inoue is not going to be able to avoid his east and west attack, and that's going to be tough. So now, what we got to see from Bam is, can you take Inoue's punch? Because 9 times out of 10, Inoue going to hit you once or twice. Because like you say, he does get touched a lot. So he going to get touched. Can you take that? Because if you can take that, then you can beat him. But if you can't take that, then that's the question. So the big thing is, if he can take Inoue's punch, I think he beats Inoue. But if he can't take that punch, Inoue will.
Paulie recognizes exactly what makes Inoue such a dangerous fighter. His accurate and precise punching has become one of the champion's most important weapons. But Paulie's praise for Inoue also comes with a warning, because Bam's most recent performance showed that he can be hit cleanly by that same kind of offense. If those defensive tendencies remain the same, Paulie believes they could become a major problem once Bam steps up against an opponent of Inoue's caliber.
It's a short, tight, strong right hand. That's why it's one of his best punches. He's in and out with that little bounce, little tight bounce that he has, and he really lets go of some vicious right hands at times, and they're short and they're straight. Those straight shots are the ones that Rodriguez is going to be susceptible to. Short, tight shots with some speed. We got flies here. It's crazy here in Sicily. Nice Sicilian weather with some of these insects are crazy. But anyway, yeah, if you're gonna have if you're gonna be susceptible to those shots, you gotta start wondering, could Inoue hurt Rodriguez?
That concern plays a major role in Paulie's opinion about when the fight should happen. Rather than putting Bam straight into a matchup with Inoue, he would like to see Bam take at least one more bout at 122 pounds. That extra fight would give him time to become comfortable in the division, clean up the technical flaws Paulie still sees, and build additional confidence and experience before eventually stepping into the ring with Inoue.
If you get hit with those tight straight shots from Inoue, it's a lot different for them from Vargas. And if you're telling me that you were feeling the ones from Vargas, you're going to move up and weight again and fight Inoue, and Inoue's power against smaller guys, and obviously Bam is a smaller guy as well, it's shown to be pretty devastating. Now again, I love this fight. I love the Inoue fight, but I think that Bam probably should take one fight at 122, maybe around October. If I'm Bam's team, that's what I would look into. I would love to know what you guys think about that. I don't think he should just jump right into the Inoue fight from this fight. I thought he looked good. Listen, at the end of the day,
Even with those concerns, Paulie still sees reasons to be optimistic when considering the bigger picture. He isn't questioning Inoue's place among the all-time greats, but he does notice signs that the champion may be slowing down, with Inoue going the distance more often than he did in the past. If Bam makes the right choices and lets the timing work to his advantage, Paulie believes a real opportunity could present itself.
And where Bam can improve and what Bam should be leery of as far as Inoue. Because also, let's face it, Inoue also seems like he's slowing down too. He's going the distance more now. 33 years old, he may not be the same anymore either. So, Bam could also be catching him at the right time. And that's part of the business as well, catching another all-time great at the right time. I say another all-time great because I don't know what you guys think, but I think Bam's on his way to being an all-time great himself, So I think that, this may be the time to catch Inoue, but you still got to be leery of some things.
Sergio Mora's breakdown of Bam centers on the style that has taken him to this stage of his career. His physical pressure and punching power have continued to be effective across every weight class he has moved through. But Mora knows a completely different test awaits him against one of boxing's elite pound-for-pound punchers. Against an opponent of that caliber, Bam's physical strength isn't merely an advantage. It could be something he absolutely needs to have.
And it's incredible. I mean, this is a fighter that started at 106. I mean, what he's doing is unheard of. Even though just 3 pounds, it's still a lot for these little giants to be moving up like that and carrying their power. That's the most important thing, carrying your power to different divisions. One punch knockout. It's not like he's beating them down with volume. It was a one punch shot, so that's scary. He's going to need that scariness moving up to 122 if he's going to be fighting one of the best pound for pound punchers in boxing. Even at this stage of his career, Monster is still dangerous.
Yeah, and I want to see Bam Rodriguez back in a lot quicker.
When asked for his prediction, Sergio gives the edge to Inoue, mainly because of the champion's tremendous punching power, while Chris Mannix sees the matchup as much closer to a genuine 50-50 fight. Mannix believes Bam's rapid development has made him the type of rising contender who could finally give Inoue a serious challenge to his dominance. No matter which side they choose, both agree that this matchup could become a defining moment in the career of whoever ultimately leaves the ring victorious.
If it were tomorrow, who do you favor in that fight? Bam Rodriguez or Inoue?
Inoue. If he felt the power of Vargas tonight, Inoue's power is ridiculously special.
Styles make fights. I think Inoue is on a bit of a downturn, not a strong one, but his arc is going down a little bit while Bam's is going up. To me, it's a coin flip type of fight. Pick 'em, total pick 'em.
Either way, I know a lot of people, at least in here and beyond, are going to want to.
Robert Garcia's confidence was built on something even more straightforward. He believes strongly in Bam's own confidence, as well as the belief shared by everyone around him.